What's up, peeps? So today we're doing dark Disney theories. Okay, let's get started.
Despite being filled with happy moments, great songs, and funny gags, Disney movies have been known to go some pretty dark places.
Okay,
From
cool.
illegitimate children
Yeah.
and chopping off body parts to
What do you
multiple
mean?
dead animals. Check out some of the theories making current and classic
Okay.
Disney movies darker than you ever imagined.
That
Before you watch,
sounds fun.
click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new Screen Rant content.
Okay.
Sven's frozen mother. As we saw in Frozen, Sven and Kristoff have a great relationship and bond. They understand each other, share carrots, and were both raised by a family of magical rock trolls. It's just too bad. One origin theory paints their time together a lot darker than it seems. The next time you watch Frozen, take a
Why?
moment to stop singing along and pay attention to Kristoff's clothes. He is clearly wearing reindeer pelts, a material
I know
made of
this one.
skin like Sven's. As the theory goes, Kristoff is actually wearing the skin of Sven's mother, given
Yeah, I've
to
heard
him
that
after
theory.
she was killed. This is why Sven is so attached to Kristoff. He has the scent of his own mother. Let that sink in for a moment.
Oh, I love this movie. This movie was great.
Bing Bong's monster life. Bing Bong's death
Hopefully
is
this
tragic enough
isn't
as it stands in
copyrighted.
Inside Out, but there's one theory that adds more sadness. The theory involves a crossover between Inside Out and Monsters Inc.
Yeah?
The imaginary character of Bing Bong was manifested from an actual monster that used to come through Riley's closet door.
Wait, what?
Clearly, by the goofy nature and outfit, Bing Bong started his monster career when the company relied on laughs rather than screams. Eventually, Bing Bong lost his door connection to Riley, meaning the poor monster lost Riley both in the real world and in the girl's imagination. Time to cue sadness for a double dose of depression.
That was a great movie. I don't like this movie that much.
The world of Cars. On the surface, the world of Disney and Pixar's Cars offer a glimpse at a fun alternate reality where cars have human-like features and run the country. But what if instead of an alternate reality, the film actually represents our future? According to multiple theories and some inside info at Pixar, the film actually takes place in the future, where human existence has been wiped away. Each car features automated
Why have I
technology
already
and
heard all
actually
these
adapts
things?
into the personality of the last person who owned it or sat inside the vehicle. Using humans' thoughts and memories, the cars live out their own world and adapt everything to fit their four-wheeled lifestyle. Mufasa's revenge. Mufasa's death at the hands of Scar was as dark and dirty as they come in a Disney movie. But if one theory is true, then Mufasa's was even more bitter.
Why?
As Mufasa's
Why
spirit
is it
visits Simba,
more bitter?
it's clear he is part of the clouds, sky, and is constantly looking over. But can he also control the weather? Almost immediately after his death, the Pride Lands dealt with an epic drought. Animals were killed off or driven away, and his own lion family nearly starved to death. Despite this, Mufasa keeps the drought going, in hopes of seeing his son Simba rise to the occasion and deliver vengeance. Further proof of Mufasa's weather controlling powers come from when lightning strikes down at the Pride Lands and rain pours down shortly after Simba's victory.
Do you even know what a Cybug is?
That's right, though. He's like,
I can't say that I do, man.
Killing your groom. In Wreck-It Ralph, we get to witness Sergeant Cal.
yeah, right after he, Mufasa, died, like it turned all dark. I don't know why. Like, you can't just make that change. You have to say why, right? Like, come on.
Moon's dark backstory, where her wedding day is disrupted by a Cybug who completely devours her fiance at the altar. In a quick edit, we see Calhoun pull out a gun and completely obliterate the off-screen bug as she has a look of horror on her face. What Disney didn't show us is Calhoun actually had to shoot and kill some form of her own husband. As shown in other parts of the film, Cybugs transform into the people or things they eat. This means the Cybug likely had the shape of Calhoun's husband, and she had to deliver some nasty headshots to kill him and the Cybug off for good.
Hello, Belle.
Bonjour, Gaston.
Gaston's hunting days. In an effort to save
I don't know why. I feel like everybody knows this theory.
And snuck it in many different films. Unfortunately for them, they should have never used shots from Bambi in Beauty and the Beast, so this dark theory wouldn't have formed. The theory here is simple. Gaston killed Bambi's mother. Early in Beauty and the Beast, we see Bambi's mother sipping water from a stream. During Gaston's visit to the local pub, we see his wall of trophies with numerous deer heads. After his recent return from a hunting trip, it's pretty safe to say Gaston was the hunter for Bambi. Another reason to cheer for Gaston's epic fall and death.
What?
An
Oh, the
Emperor's
Emperor's
New
Groove.
Murder.
I like this one.
Quick scene and gag.
Wait, new.
The Emperor's
What?
New Groove
I-
has blown up in recent years to a full-fledged theory about a small insect. During the quick transition scene, we see a fly get caught on a spider's web. Just as the giant spider comes to devour the fly screams out for help using clear English. The only other animals in the film who are able to talk are ones who have been transformed from humans. So long before Cusco was turned into a llama,
Yeah?
Yzma turned some human into the fly. Our best guess, a former servant who didn't quite live up to her high standards and expectations.
Actually, Maui shapeshifter demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men.
I don't like this type
Moana
of
is a
princess.
demigod. In Moana, one of her biggest allies throughout the film is the ocean itself. The ocean introduces her to the heart of Te Fiti, guides her along, and even helps save her life. According to a theory on Reddit, the ocean may have even turned her into a demigod. According to Maui, he was turned into a demigod when he was dropped into the ocean as a baby. The same thing happened to Moana when she was sent on her adventure and instantly caught in a typhoon. Her landing on Maui's island was no coincidence. She was being formally introduced to another demigod. Later, she can easily take on the Kakamora and is able to enter the realm of monsters, a location Maui states no mortal has ever been.
Okay, what?
Chip's
Okay, not
father.
gonna lie. I
The
kinda
origins
like
of the
this
curse
movie.
in Beauty and the Beast raised many questions for fans. How long has the curse lasted? Did it freeze time? And where did Chip come from? Mrs. Potts is clearly too old to be his mother, but the character must have parents. And one theory points directly at the Beast himself. According to the theory, Chip is the illegitimate son of the Beast. But like most of his relationships, the Beast ignored his own son, and Mrs. Potts stepped up to raise him. The Beast's bitter attitude may have come from when Chip was dropped off at his doorstep by the actual mother of the young boy. If the shoe fits. One
If
of the
the shoe
most infamous scenes in Cinderella
Yeah, the
is when the
weirdest
title
scene. I
character
don't.
loses her
This
glass
this
slipper
one was
at
just
the end of
weird.
the ball she attends. The loss of the slipper creates a huge search among all females in the land. Through a montage, we see characters attempt to try the slipper on, but there is some dark origin material Disney left off screen. In the original Cinderella stories, some of the female characters actually cut off toes and parts of their heels to make the foot fit inside the glass slipper. That would have been a sight to see, as the prince tried to find his true love while dealing with some severed toes. Wow, what theory is the darkest? Which one seems
Okay, guys. So that is it, and maybe no, it isn't. Guys, actually, let's do another one. Yeah.
Are much more than just kids fodder or animated entertainment.
Yeah.
The detailed worlds and design are clearly there for adults to obsess over, breaking down details, finding connections, and coming up with some pretty crazy theories. From long lost relatives to an incredible connection with a true crime story, check out some of the theories and the ways they can change your view of Pixar movies forever.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Extreme Rant or whatever.
In Coco, we get twist
Shut up.
after twist delivered in the Mexican afterlife when Miguel enters the land of the dead, thinking Ernesto is his long-lost relative, when it turns out that they are not ever related at all. We can understand Miguel's
Yep, I know
confusion
this
and his
one.
covered-up family history, but what about Ernesto? Well, according to a popular theory, Ernesto pretty much assumed Miguel was some descendant of a groupie he may have connected with back in the day. It makes sense considering his rock star lifestyle, and the fact that we don't meet any other members of Ernesto's family in the afterlife. Who knows how many children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren Ernesto has created in his warped family tree that probably looks more like a tumbleweed at this point. When we meet Wall-E in his self-titled movie, the robot is wandering around Earth, seemingly all alone.
Yeah.
Why does the cleaning robot not have any friends?
Oh,
Perhaps
yeah,
he went
I
on a
know this
killing
one.
spree, taking out all the other robots of his kind. But why in the world would a little friendly robot like Wall-E turn into a cold-bolted robot killer? He was obsessed with his special collection of items. When another robot took an item he liked or went after his treasure, Wall-E was quick to the punch, exacting revenge and eliminating any other robot he could along the way.
Interesting. Oh, I
One
love
of the
this movie.
saddest
One of my
moments during
favorites. I
Inside
already
Out
said
was
that,
when
but
Bing
whatever.
Bong sacrificed his own memory in Riley's brain to help save
Yep.
joy and sadness. But what if things didn't have to be so sad? Sure, Bing Bong may be gone from Riley's mind, but what if he exists in the real world? What we're trying to
love
say
Bing
is
Bong.
Bing Bong is actually a monster from Monstropolis. His goofy persona helped him become a lead worker for the new and improved Monsters, Inc. And one of the main doors Bing Bong went through? Riley's. Naturally, Riley turned her memories of Bing Bong into an imaginary friend, and his presence in her mind only grew from there. Now Bing Bong is entertaining other kids all over the world. In a highly detailed
I'm a
and
big fan
dramatic
of this
moment,
movie.
Cars 3 shows
Think
us
I
the
already said
downfall
that.
of Lightning McQueen as he suffers from an epic crash and must find a way to
Epic
recover
crash.
while trying to go back to his
Yeah.
days of glory. One theory points to the plot of Cars 3 as a metaphor for the Cars franchise as a whole. After driving strong in the first movie, the crash in Cars 3 represents the great downfall and poor reception to the mess of Cars 2. And Lightning McQueen's journey to discover himself again is also Pixar's attempt at redemption for disappointing so many fans with the first Cars sequel. It makes a lot of sense, and was a much better way to close out the story for these talking cars. While he moved fast and was constantly
this is one of the
squirming
best
around,
movies.
there was no hiding
my
the fact
opinion.
that Hank the Octopus only had 7 tentacles in Finding Dory. Besides the behind-the-scenes information
Why?
about 8 tentacles being too hard to animate and fit on his body, we never got any true in-story reasons how he did lose that extra appendage. One theory points to a shark attack, mainly because while eating animal crackers, he avoids the shark ones. Another more plausible theory points to the aquarium touch tank. Hank fears that tank like no other, clearly suffering some type of brutal tug-of-war with a handsy child where he lost, and his tentacle represented the rope. If Pixar's Up
This
doesn't
is
make you
an
cry
awesome
enough
movie.
already, well, break out those tissues, because we got more tears coming for you. In the film, we watch Carl embark on an incredible journey with his floating house.
Yeah.
At first glance, the young Russell just seems like an innocent boy. But what if he is actually an angel in disguise?
Wait, what?
The journey Carl takes with his angel isn't to escape the city life. It's his journey to heaven. So he can eventually reunite with Ellie and spend eternity together. Many theories have talked about dreams, Carl being a coma or already dead, but connecting Russell as an angel takes it one step further and adds even more emotion to the film. Pixar movies have a ton of connections in their films, but what if one of them is
Guess I will see you guys in the next video. And make sure to like and subscribe, or else you will have bad luck for the rest of the month. And make sure to, and if you like and subscribe, you get the rest of the month good luck and more candy. Because of Halloween, unless you already ate all your candy, which is crazy because I could not do that. That would just make me drop on the mat like this. Okay, well, make sure to share the video. Shoutouts to Vivian Walter. That's a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to her. She's just, I'm just saying that. Well, shoutouts to people that are named Lucy. And shoutouts to everyone that watches this. Okay? Okay. See you guys in the next video and peace!